guys, this is Brian Wong, driver for World Stage Racing. I'm here in downtown LA Porsche. My Cup car is on display here in the showroom, so let's go check it out. Derek, good to see you. How are you?
Wow.
When did you get this bad boy in?
I got in about a couple months ago, and well, the first arrivals, I should say. But this one has only been here for about a month. It's got the same engine as your car. It's on the same platform. It's a lot of similarities. It's got a few things your car doesn't have, including an interior. So you've got race car performance with all the creature comforts you'd expect in a $169,000 car. But it's every bit as fun and as pure, but they do have some nods to its racing heritage, like these straps right here to the door handles.
Yep.
And it's got the full leather interior, it's got the touchscreen navigation, things you wouldn't normally find, well, besides the carbon fiber, in a race car.
That's pretty cool. Now let's go check out my car. Ah, come on, buddy. I thought we had a deal. You got to keep this thing clean.
Hey, at least it's in one piece.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, first thing you notice here in the door, unlike your street car, the entire inside of the door is carbon fiber. The interior is obviously all gutted out. Right here we got my pit road speed button. Basically all we do is hit that thing once and it'll hold the car at a certain speed limit when I'm going down pit road. Next button here is Motec button, which is a display here that this is basically your onboard computer. It tells you everything you need to know. Next thing we have here is our flashers. These are essentially like your everyday street car turn signals. Those I really don't use, to be honest. Right here is called your brake bias. And what it does is if I turn this knob to the left, it'll give more front brake. If I turn it to the right, it'll give more rear brake, which ultimately affects the handling of the car. This is obviously a fire hazard. I've never personally in my career had to hit the fire bottle, but in case of a fire and I can't get out, I can go ahead and hit this button and there's a fire bottle in here that's wired throughout the car and it'll extinguish the fire out. But it's a pretty big mess, so I'd rather get out of the car before I hit that button. And right here is a switch for my cool shirt. The cool shirt's essentially a cool suit box full of ice, and it basically extracts the cold air from that box and it pumps it into a shirt that I wear underneath my driver's suit to keep me nice and cool inside the cockpit. Here we have a 6-speed sequential shifter instead of your normal H pattern. To upshift, you just go ahead and pull this thing back. To downshift, you just push it forward. It's up high enough where if my hands are on the wheel and I need to go shift a gear, it's right next to it so I can grab a gear forward or back really easily. And that's pretty much the inside of my cockpit right here, what I like to call my office. So let's go ahead and go outside and check out the engine. As you can see, if most of you guys didn't know, there's no motor in the front. Porsches are rear engine cars. So up here in your everyday street car is usually your trunk area, but in this car, this is a fuel cell. This is where the fuel cell goes. It's a 22-gallon fuel cell. We can run essentially for about 50 minutes on 1 tank of gas, depending on what kind of track it is and what kind of speed you're doing. But this is basically where all the brake lines are held, all the electronics, the computers up here, and the main part up here is the fuel cell, definitely. So we'll go ahead and give you guys a look at my racing motor, which is essentially the same motor that's in the street legal GT3 RS. Pop this thing open. As you can see, it really is your same 3.8 motor that puts out about 450 horsepower. That's the same motor that comes in the street car. The only difference is that the catalytic converter racing components that are in here, along with the sequential shifter. Guys, thanks for coming down and checking out my race car here at downtown LA Porsche. It'll be here for a limited time only, so come down and check it out. If you guys want to see any other cars or go buy a car from my man Derek here, he'll definitely hook you up. This is Brian Wong for World Stage Racing. See you guys at the track.